stocking stuffer from this year.
Oh, stocking stuffer, folks. It's Skullet Christmas. Put your hats on. Just kidding. Take them off. Let God see what he did to you. This is the Skullet Podcast. What's going on, everybody? How you doing? And over here to my right, to your left, is none other than our guest for the evening, the hilarious Micheal Turner, everybody.
What is good?
How you doing, man? Welcome.
I'm good, dude. So your hair is the main focus?
Yeah, pretty much for the next hour and a half. Just kidding. We'll talk about...
follicles, dude. A pod about follicles.
That's right, man. You know, we have a niche, okay? And we got people calling in all the time, and they're just like, we're thinking about growing a skullet. I'm inspiring. It's part of a movement.
Yeah. So you're calling it the skullet because of your lack of hair on top of your head.
Let's check it out. So you know what a mullet is?
Sure.
We're going full skullet right now.
Oh my Lord.
So last time you saw me, I think I was completely shaved.
You were, yeah.
And now I'm like, now I've cured my my hair loss.
Oh, that's nice. I have a projector at the house, and I have to have a wall to put it on, but you can just put it on your forehead. It looks like it. That's crazy. I could watch The Nutty Professor on that thing. Whatever your favorite late '90s comedy is,
We have one episode of our podcast. This is very so. What's up, Tim? Say hey to Tim. He had a good Christmas,
Hey, Tim.
Hi, guys.
So Tim's our.
He asked you a question about Christmas. You just, hi guys. Answer how your fucking Christmas was.
Well, I'm eating the beef jerky I got for Christmas, so.
Oh, really?
Pork jerky, I should say.
Oh, that was the stocking
That
stuffer.
was the stock, and my mom always gives me some nice treats.
Pork jerky is I don't think I've ever deviated from beef.
This is my first time as well.
But I guess you can jerky anything up.
Yeah, I've had salmon jerky. I've had, you could jerky anything, I feel like.
Yo, buddy, I went to high school at a public school. I know anything could get jerked. You know what I mean? Come on. Shout out to those Catholic girls at Mount Notre Dame in Cincinnati, Ohio.
So Tim has been working on he's been figuring out all the schematics and stuff. He's been going through. He's like, I think the reason why this specific episode isn't doing well.
You sure?
And he said
It's because you're talking about getting jerked off within the first 2 minutes.
I don't know. I think are we gonna have a spike for this one?
Yeah. No, but what did he say? What's the issue?
One of the episodes where I did myself, I was setting things up, and the first shot was just my head. And I think he said, I think we got a lot of people seeing it and then turning clips off.
Sure.
Let me pull that up real quick for
Yeah, pull up the dome piece. I'm honestly, I think about it a lot. How fortunate it's a genetic lottery life is sometimes. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And oh no, that's the full scope.
That's what it looks like.
That's crazy that it doesn't get any better from any angle. It only gets worse as more. Oh my Lord!
And Ronnie left me on
Speaking
red.
of jerking it, dude, there's an image for you.
No response when I sent that to Ronnie. I'd like to.
There was a no response text.
No.
Not even like a reaction in the text. Oh my Lord. That's insane, dude. Miss Potato Head has never looked that good.
Well, speaking of heads,
Wow, we went from jerking it to head. There you go.
Rough transition.
Getting from
here.
handy to oral. You know what I mean?
But we mentioned Skullet Christmas, and over here, I don't know
Yeah.
if you've noticed some of these the products over here. We have Tasty Tim, the head pod head over here, and we do have our own little Skullet ornament right here.
Who's making these?
Mrs. JessiRoot, Tim's sister, does all this.
Really?
Yeah.
This is a thing that she does. This is like a skill.
It is.
What is this? Knitting?
Crochet.
Crochet. Which is the gayest way to say knitting? I think they're the same thing. What's the difference between crochet and knitting?
Just write in and let us know.
Let us know. Please comment below what the difference is between knitting and crochet. So that's actually pretty impressive.
You like that?
I'm not going to lie.
Well,
Yeah.
actually, you know what?
Oh, look at
Merry
this.
Skullet Christmas, man.
How'd you know I was a nice Christian boy? Shout out to a belated Christmas. Also, it's coming up on the day of the Kings, 3 Kings, January 7th. Shout out to my Mexican friends out there. Oh, look. Oh, no. This is amazing. Are you kidding me, dude?
Check it out.
What?
Well,
Dude, you want to piss off your Yinzers? Let's go. A team that has never won a Super Bowl, and you guys have dominated us for most of the time, but that's my squad.
Hell yeah, dude.
Fuck Pittsburgh. No, I'm kidding. Thank you, guys. That's amazing, dude. Is there a note in there? Is this your sister's number?
Oh, my God. Yeah, actually, it is.
JessiRoot, dude.
JessiRoot.
Don't zoom in, too. Yeah. Speaking of...
Very nice young women.
Come on. There you go. This is amazing. With love, Jess. Something about diffuser. Add a few drops of your favorite essential oils. Oh, so this is like a smell thing, too?
I guess so, yeah.
How do you don't know anything about your sister's business?
Uh,
It seems like more than a passion project at this point. She has business cards, and she told me add essential oil. And is that a dreidel? No, that's boba tea. That's boba tea. My
I
bad.
was like, is it?
I was like, not in this household.
Jess is Jewish.
Come on. That's speaking of root, the root of all problems. No, I'm kidding. Shout out to my Jewish friends. Happy belated Hanukkah. Come on. Oh, look, they even threw a little mustache on there. This is adorable, dude.
That's good, bro.
Houday. That's amazing. Look at that. Thank you.
For sure, man. So Micheal famously goes to all the away games, right? For the Bengals.
So born and raised in Cincinnati, which is the only way you become a Bengals fan. Born into it, molded by it. I was born into the darkness. And so what I do is, obviously I love comedy and football, and so I started the last couple years going to every single Bengals road game.
Hell yeah.
I do comedy shows around their road schedule, and then I go do the tailgate stuff. We actually went out. You helped me film last year, both you guys actually, at the Pittsburgh Steelers tailgate before the Bengals game. And so, so I go to all the Bengals road games. I even go to a couple of home ones for good measure. And, it's been fun. I call it the Road Warrior Tour. This is year 2. It's been cool, man. It's been fun, like the growth year over year, because I just started it. It's all me, independently put together, all that stuff. So it's like a lot of stress, always waiting to see if tickets are moving or if videos go viral or whatever. But it's been cool. Like I go to the games now, and like people run up on me, and like one dude at what was it? It was in L.A. actually that we played the Chargers like maybe a month or two back.
Yeah.
Sunday Night Football, great game that we lost.
That was a great game. I watched that. That was incredible.
We've been in some of the greatest games that we've lost this year, and it's just for your entertainment. But but like I was taking a piss in a urinal, and some dude runs up on me, and he's like, "Dude, let me get a selfie." So like, that's a level of fame that I was not ready for.
Redacted.
I'm kidding. She seems like a nice girl, Tim.
She's great.
Is she married?
Not anymore.
Not anymore. Recently divorced.
All right, you're looking at your new uncle there, Tim.
Yeah, there he is.
Married to the world's biggest Steelers fan, so
Oh, really?
Oh,
Like
wow.
physically a large man, or just like a dude with a
He
man
was in
cave?
the Marines, right?
he was in the Army.
I was gonna say I'd be scared of a Marine, but Army, come on. Unless he's a Ranger.
We'll say he is. Yeah, airborne. We'll say he's airborne.
Airborne sounds like a pussy.
She's one of our more loyal listeners.
Just talking
so
shit
it's
about your whole family, insinuating your brother-in-law is a pussy for being in the Army. Airborne. No, God bless you. God bless you for your service to the country, and I'll walk that back. But sounds like a nice family you've got, Tim.
You mentioned being from Cincinnati. That's the only way you become a Bengals fan.
Yeah.
So actually, it's to Tim. Tim's actually becoming he's trying to become a football fan now.
Okay.
Now, late in life. Now, how would you advise somebody who wasn't really born to become one? Has the audience physically seen you? You're not a football fan, dude. You look like a failed offensive guard, dude. You look like you got cut from a D2 school and somewhere in rural PA, dude. This is crazy. You never played football?
I mean, like backyard, but nothing. Never on team.
Really?
But you should. I mean, let's see if I can get a picture of me in high school, and we'll see if you still think the same thing.
Oh, so you're a late bloomer?
Yeah, I mean, probably like 21 is when I was like, oh, he could have maybe played sports. But up until then, brother,
I can't imagine.
That's
this
crazy.
dude.
I don't know.
You look like the dude that banged that blonde bitch in Game of Thrones.
Oh,
This is a large man,
true,
dude.
yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if that's a compliment or not, but yeah.
First compliment to my family's bloodline this episode.
Yeah.
He's got to protect those dragon eggs.
But
Yeah, right?
Let's clarify. I'm not trying to become a football fan.
What do you mean?
I'm trying to prove that I could be a good football fan.
All right, this is getting worse. This is worse than the way I thought it was. Wait, you want to be?
Prove that you could be a good football fan?
So it all started because I said if I was born, because right here, biologically, I could be a good football player. Never was into it, but I said if I was groomed from a child, I could be better than Tom Brady was my argument. So to prove, are you not on my side?
100% against your side,
Well, the
yeah.
point is-
Whatever the opposite of your side is. I could have become Tom Brady if I wanted to, is an
Yeah.
insane sentence.
That's the point. I'm trying to show that in a year I can gain football IQ to show my intellect is also there to become a quarterback. So I'm practicing Madden every day till next Christmas, where I'm battling my brother-in-law.
I hate to keep bringing up the backup offensive guard thing, but the most intelligent men on the field are offensive linemen.
Wait, really?
Yeah, they are usually like the highest IQ on the team because you have to know a lot about. I don't know why. I actually don't know why, but like a lot of them are like, first of all, just good old white boys. You know what I mean? A lot clicking up top. Shout out to the honkies. We got to stick together. No, they're like some of them are like not. I don't want to say all of them are Harvard guys, but like a lot of Cal guys, a lot of Stanford guys.
Yeah.
Like if you go, I don't know what it is, but I've definitely read this before that offensive linemen are some of the highest IQ guys, and obviously they're not all big hunky white boys like our boy Tim. There's some black men and Samoans in there too. We sprinkle some good Samoans. Shout out to Penei Sewell.
Oh yeah.
But high IQ guys. I don't know why. I think it's you got to pick up blitzes. There's a lot of like schemes that you have to understand, where it's more intellect than instinctual shit. Whereas a linebacker, you just like tackle the ball, fill the gap. Tackle is like, or center specifically, you got to know everything going on in the play.
So what? Okay, as a Bengals fan, let me ask you this: as a Ravens fan, let's put this line in the sand. Justin Tucker, kicker,
Has really fallen off. Yeah,
he's really had a tough year.
Yeah.
But he's also an opera singer. Now, what do you think about
Is
that?
he?
He's an opera singer. Yeah,
that makes sense for the fall off. I don't know. That's where kickers are always weird. Also they have enough time to have a side hustle. That's what's concerning.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, do some other shit, but also they just need to kick. So I don't know. Or the Bengals kicker just lost his virginity and he completely fell off this year.
What?
So I don't know. These guys are weird.
Wait, is that true?
Oh, 100%. Hardcore Christian dude, Evan McPherson. Just like he saved himself for marriage. And he just got married like this offseason.
Okay.
And then this is his worst kicking year ever because he's busted nuts, dude.
Yeah, no,
I
for
know.
real.
Which I get it. My first year skeeting up in Broads, it was a debacle. My GPA fell off. Shout out to senior year of high school. But
But hey, this is one of the arguments though for the subreddit semen retention.
what is the argument that you should?
You should never bust.
You should, yeah, because what does it do? It adds
gives you some
control
sort
to
of
your life?
metaphysical powers and stuff. It's all part of the. It's an offshoot of the NoFap movement too.
I've heard clearing the pipes is the move though too. I don't know. Post nut clarity is a big thing for me.
I think there's a real problem. No one really knows how much we're supposed to be jerking off.
Some people say you should release once a day for prostate cancer.
Yeah.
That's like actual, and
I've heard that.
I don't know what your guys' stance is, but I hate cancer. Not a cancer fan. You a cancer guy?
Not a big one.
Not a big cancer guy. And so if that is all I need to do,
That's true.
once a time, that's the best medicine I've ever heard. An apple a day and one JO, and the doctor stays away.
I won't say any names, but that makes me question the people I know that had prostate cancer. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
they're
you
not
should be
busting
beating
enough.
off more.
Yeah.
Yeah, meet these young Catholic girls. No, I'm kidding. Jesus Christ. This is getting ripped off YouTube so quick. Yeah, you need to clear the pipes. Get yourself one of these. This also doubles as a cum rag right here. I start busting on my Bangies helmet, dude.
Someone threw a rock at me.
Yeah,
just got
well, let's go back to hold on. All right, so you're trying to be a football fan. I get sidebarred too quick.
Please.
So, where are you from, and how are you not a football fan? You look like a prototypical football fan.
Dude, I'm from just south of you. Well, Fountain. Oh, I probably shouldn't say. Well, whatever.
Kentucky?
Ohio.
Okay.
I'm saying the city.
I was like, dude, Cincinnati is as south as you can get.
Sorry, north. My bad. Yeah. North.
Oh, north. Oh, okay. Oh, wow. So he is. He lacks the ability to tell north and south. That's a tough.
Maybe
questioning
not
your manhood more and more, dude. You're not a football fan, and you don't know how to work a compass.
No, listen. I'm tired. I was thinking Cleveland at first when I said that. I'm
Oh,
tired,
Jesus.
But you're from
It's
Cincinnati.
the exact opposite of me, but also kind of the same. So you're from Ohio and you're not a football fan. That's insane.
Well,
You
I mean,
don't-
we watched Buckeyes growing up, but I mean, Browns, like, why would you get in the NFL? Really? I mean, we were.
That's a great perspective. Yeah, I agree. Fuck the Browns.
Fuck the Browns too.
Well, I mean, you should always just jump on the bandwagon of the Bengals because of Joe Burrow. It's a great time to do it. You buy stock low. We're a penny stock, and so you can kind of jump in and kind of enjoy the ride. And then if that's your bar that you set when you jump into the NFL, then you can't really be more disappointed. because we're right here. You know what I'm saying? Everything is up for us, which is nice. So it could be a good team to jump on board with. But you live in Pittsburgh.
That's what I'm saying.
And it's frowned upon.
Yeah.
Also, the worst thing about most Steelers fans that I know is that they're not from Pittsburgh. I say that with no disrespect to anybody from Pittsburgh. Obviously, you guys are Steelers fans through and through. You guys are born and raised, but we've traveled around the country as comedians. Like, dude, most of these motherfuckers are just from like Omaha, and their grandfather, like Terry Bradshaw. Speaking of beating dudes off, you know what I mean? These guys gave Terry Bradshaw fucking BJ in '82, and all of a sudden they're lifelong Steelers fans. I hate these guys.
Well,
He kind of has a famous Skullet too.
That's
pull that.
just to go full circle. That is a good skullet. First of all, there are people that have good skullets.
Please name.
You gotta own it. Well, I know the guy season 2 in The Wire. He's been in a bunch of stuff. What was he? He was the Greek's side man.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of guys with. Sometimes it makes sense.
Yeah, no,
with your head.
It's definitely for sure. Some guys they can't pull off the completely shaved look. But dude, I was watching Mork and Mindy, and man, I saw 2 skullets in one episode. It was just a normal thing.
Oh, dude, if you were a comedian in 1978,
Yeah.
you'd just look like everybody.
Exactly.
You ever think you could be a popular singer with this look? Shout out to James Taylor.
Totally, yeah.
That's a good skullet.
That is a good skullet.
And
yeah.
like, dude, these people, I was thinking about that recently. Like, if you just had a beautiful voice and you were super talented as a musician, just technically, it didn't matter how you looked in the set, all the way until like probably 90. Well, video killed the radio star, right? Like, Christopher Cross. Did you watch that Yacht Rock documentary?
No, but I'm a fan of
Yacht
just
Rock?
of the genre.
Really?
Yeah, for sure,
dude, it's a good doc. It's on HBO or whatever they're calling it now, Max. And but they're talking about how Yacht Rock had a revival because now we all love the music again. But the music dropped off when videos hit because a lot of those guys were, other than Michael McDonald, that's just the blue-eyed soul
Absolutely
angel.
did. Yeah.
But like Christopher Cross was not a good-looking dude,
right.
but just making hits, and it had a fall off because of aesthetically how they didn't look as good as I don't know who would be like George Michael or like people like that. They became pop stars, but. Also, famous skullet, Phil Collins. You kidding me?
Of course.
There's
bro.
a lot of good-looking dudes. And you could be a dramatic actor. We need you. You're like the 5th most important person in a movie.
There needs to be a creepy guy working at the gas station. I'm just saying,
100%.
Hollywood cast me.
You could do that, or you could be. You could definitely be the dude that works at the morgue. Like, I'm a detective and I need to go check on the body, and then like you're backed up. Like, dude, it's gonna take 3 fucking days, dude. And it's like, I need this information by 7 o'clock. That's you. And you're like, all right, I'll fucking do it. You owe me though.
I'm putting a sandwich on a corpse.
Yeah, 100%. You could definitely be that guy. That dude always has no hair. I'm trying to think. You could be some things. You could definitely be like a kind of a sketchy dude at the gas station for sure. You could be, I hate to say it, but you could definitely be a serial killer. You know that
For
though.
sure, yeah.
You could be like what sucks is they're not doing Mindhunter anymore on Netflix.
fucking
But you
sucks,
you
man.
could play like 5 roles on that. They'd be chasing you for 3 seasons, bud. I want to tell you right now, you are guilty as fuck. You are not getting away with that one. What else could you be? You could definitely. There are roles for you, but there were more roles for you in like the 90s. Like you could be in like those Grisham movies. Remember like Time to Kill?
Totally.
You could be
absolutely.
like the racist dude that like definitely wronged Samuel L. Jackson's family.
that is, the racist dude though, it could be bald or skullet. Like, it's really
Skullet is a better racist dude because the bald is. Well, I don't know. Bald is like, I think it's like I respect a skullet racist dude that doesn't shave his head more than a bald dude, because the bald dude's like, let my head do the talking for me. It's like, this guy, you got to earn the racism with this.
Yeah, this guy reads books. Not well. He's read a few.
He's well read and racist. This guy's informed on some policies. He knows why he pronounces it with a hard R.
I've looked into alchemy.
Yeah, exactly. But the bald dudes is like, it's like, like, are you a fan of the band and you find out they're a fan of the band versus just putting a shirt on? It's like, yeah, well, obviously you're a fan of the band.
Mm-hmm.
You got to earn it,
Absolutely,
I respect that more.
Thanks, bro.
Yeah, man.
All right, cut that last part out.
Hey, thanks, man.
Speaking of racism, you went to school in Arizona, yeah?
Yeah. So born and raised in Cincinnati. And then speaking of racism, Arizona. First of all, speaking of racism, Cincinnati. We were where if you were a slave, you got over the Ohio River, you were freed. But then once you got there, you just dealt with systematic racism. Shout out to segregation. You know what I mean?
Segregation in a big spot.
You don't get a lot of shout outs to segregation. It's a very split city. We've done better though since. But
put that out there.
Arizona. Oh, Arizona's like the funny thing in Arizona is like there's white people and then there's like Arizona is like a different level of white people. It's
tanned white people.
I mean, tanned white people are for sure different, and then just like I don't know, they're a different breed out there, but they're good people for the most part. But like they're just staunch Republicans in a way that not like first of all, I grew up with Republicans. I actually fucking like both sides, right? There's good people everywhere, but like there's those. It's like you get some extreme right out there where you're like, chill the fuck out, dude.
What do you think it is? You think it's just like the sun, like the desert of it all?
Dude, I always say the highest crime rate in Arizona. I have no statistical evidence on this, but I guarantee you that most of the crimes happen in August and September because it's been 120 degrees for like 4 months at that time.
Yeah,
your brain starts acting a little different.
Yeah,
and so I think that the sun definitely impacts people in different ways. And yeah, you're annoyed by everything. By August, when it's been 120 degrees for like 80 days in a row, and you see somebody that doesn't look like you, and you're like, dude, what'd that Mexican fella say? Then it gets then the truth comes out,
According
what happens?
To Arizona Department of Public Safety, there is
Look
a
at that.
significant increase in criminal activity during the summer months.
I'm telling you, dude, it makes you fucking crazy, dude. You're like, dude, I'll fucking rob a liquor store mañana, dude. If it's 120 degrees again?
I hate to be that guy, but that's literally every city, though. Every city has the crime spike in the summer.
Yeah, but every city's not 120 degrees.
That's very true.
Because here's the thing is it shouldn't be it's always summer in Arizona.
Yeah.
We only have two in Phoenix. There's only 2 seasons, heaven and hell. It's either like really nice or it's like the fucking worst thing in the world. But we don't have fall or winter. It's just spring and summer.
Is that where you started comedy? Was in Arizona?
In Phoenix, yeah. It was a good scene.
Yeah?
Yeah, it was good. I didn't know that, like going into it. In hindsight, I know now looking back, I'm like, oh, that was good that I started there then. Because it was like a good, mature scene. Like there was mics you could hit, there was established shows you could hit, and then there was clubs that you could grow into.
Oh, that's great.
So yeah, there was like probably 3 or 4. The crazy thing is now there's like 6 significant like major clubs in Phoenix.
Yeah.
But when I started, there was already like 3 or 4. Tempe Improv, Stand Up Live. They opened one called House of Comedy up north. Desert Ridge Improv. There's like a lot of good. So it's nice. It's a good city to like. You get stage time and you can build towards being somebody that should be in the clubs too.
That's great.
Yeah.
And how long did you spend there before you're like, let's move to LA?
8 years. I started there in 2012, and then I moved to LA in 2020.
8 years is a good amount of time. Oh, you moved to LA 2020. That's great timing, huh?
I know. I moved there the day Kobe died. Actually,
oh,
I heard there was a vacancy. But
actually, I think that if you trained your whole life, you actually could have been the next Kobe Bryant.
I've always said that.
Yes.
I've always thought that. If I was just raised differently, I could have been Kobe.
Yeah.
I agree.
Raised overseas, and then
Yeah. But I RIP to one of the best. But no, I always remember that because I moved there. I was driving out there, and you get that text. Somebody's like, Kobe, what the fuck? And I'm like, Jesus. Drove there so January 26th, 2020. And with like bright-eyed, bushy-tailed momentum, I had some money saved up. I was optimistic. Mm-hmm. And then, 2 months later, obviously COVID like changed everything. And so it was an interesting time to move to LA, but and I definitely questioned like the first year being there. I was like, dude, I moved back. What the hell's going on? Because of all the cities in America, that one shut down. You could argue the most: New York, San Francisco, LA, and but I pushed through. stayed, and it's worked out for me. So now I'm in LA. But yeah, Phoenix for 8 years to develop, because you know how it is. You want to like to move to a big city. You want to be like, I made sure I was funny.
Yeah.
8 years there, I was really like, I moved and I was a beast, I would say.
Yeah.
Which is good, because you don't really want to. You can move to New York and LA and still try to figure out how to elevate yourself. But when I moved there, I was like, throw me on a lineup, and I would mentally, I at least tell myself I'm as good as anybody, and I know that I work to be that. So
Yeah. Do you think? I guess like I've seen you live. I've seen obviously your clips and stuff, but they're pretty loose. Like that, were you always very loose, or is that something you kind of like learned to develop?
I think I developed that more in LA, which is interesting, because in Phoenix I was very like I'm always quick-witted, so I always could do that within my set. But coming up in Phoenix, it was always like, get your 10 down, get your 15 down. So I definitely was very joke-heavy. And now being a headliner where you do more 45 to an hour, you can loosen it up and kind of figure out who you are more on stage. And I know that I've always been able to be that kind of, I call like, some people call like, it's crowd work is what we know now. Like a lot of people that are maybe layman's to, the genre, like stand up, like you just call it crowd work. But I always call my stand up like conversational comedy, where I'm more like having a conversation the whole time, because I'm gonna still get my shit off, but I like to keep it very loose. Right. I like the audience to be like, we're in this together. I'm talking about you, but I also know that I'm going to, and they don't know that. I know where I'm going with it.
Right.
I'm going to get my shit off, but let's do it through the lens of what's going on with you. Are you single? And then I'm going to be like, oh, I'm in a relationship. But like we just had a back and forth, and I forced my hand because I'm in control the whole time. So it is loose. I probably had developed that more in LA, which has been, I think it's been very fun, because I feel very comfortable on stage, more so than I've ever felt, and also it kills sometimes. Like it's people. One of the better compliments I get after shows is like, people are very like, females specifically. They're like, I just feel like I can like, I feel very comfortable listening to wherever you're going or whatever you're saying, and which is nice. So then I can, to have a woman tell you that they're comfortable with me talking about Catholic girls beating you off in high school. I mean, that's when you win.
That's huge.
That's big.
No woman has ever told Tim that she feels comfortable around him.
No. Well, he's a heavy breather, and he's always talking about pork jerky, and it's like, dude, calm down. Hey, you want my sister to knit something for you? You're making everybody uncomfortable, bud. Put the jerky down. Just chewing pork jerky. Hey, I got a croquet at home. My sister knit some up. I'm trying to be a football fan. I'm Tim. What?
I'm trying to be a football fan.
This is crazy, dude. I'm uncomfortable listening to it.
Well, I mean, in line with that, you guys want to see which one of you is a bigger football fan of your home team?
Well, what's the judgment on this?
Well,
yes, I do want to see.
All right.
We got a little game going. Let's try this here.
Figure it out, folks.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That is true. We talked about this on the way.
Dude,
Baltimore guy, Ravens guy.
I didn't know you had a Canva account.
I made one today because, so with the help of Canva and
Canva's
AI,
nice.
Canva's great.
We'll hope we have this on the screen for you. So I think the best way to do this is we have 5 questions, starting with Ronnie first, about the Ravens.
Yeah.
And 5 questions about the Bengals for you.
Can't wait.
Ronnie gets first guess.
Okay.
And then you get a second guess. If Ronnie got it wrong and you get it right, you get 2 points. But if you get it right about your home team.
Okay, so if I get it right about the Ravens, okay, cool.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So first 5, Ronnie, are you ready?
Is this like a time thing, or we just go?
You can
Take your time. Nobody like.
Hey,
do,
this is
do we
radio,
take?
right?
Yeah, exactly. As the audience clicks out, is this timed at all? I'm fucking done with this podcast right now. These guys are taking 3 minutes.
Yes,
right.
I'm ready.
First one. Who was the first ever draft pick in
interesting.
Baltimore Ravens history?
I'm gonna go. B. Jonathan Ogden.
Yeah,
Both agree. That is.
that's correct.
Yeah, that's correct. You gotta let it come on the screen before you say it's correct.
How you spell come? Come on now.
So I'm up 2-0.
No,
One.
Calm down. Oh, these are easy.
B, 2001.
Well, I got to read the question. In what year did the Baltimore Ravens win the first Super Bowl? 2001.
Fuck.
Yeah, I knew that one.
Oh, you should have.
Oh, wait. Oh, you didn't ask.
Shit. Tim, you got
Yeah.
We'll do
Figure
honors.
it out.
We'll do honors.
I knew because it was Ray Lewis and also in 1999, the year before, Ray Lewis definitely murdered 2 people in New Orleans.
He was never charged.
If he didn't do it, he knows exactly who did. You know what I mean?
Here's the thing. So
You know he was there.
my father, police officer, a man of the law.
Okay.
killed those 2
My
people.
my dad,
dad's the
salesman, honest man, dead now.
Listen, that year I did get a Ray Lewis jersey for Christmas. All right.
Did he?
And he was like, "Look, I'm not saying it wasn't involved."
He said that? I know. He was definitely involved.
He was
dude.
definitely- he knew, but,
He
you know, I don't think
he
he
is
killed the
aware
guy.
of who. I actually don't think he killed the 2 guys, but he knows who the fuck did, and he was complicit.
Yeah, I mean, look, if your boys killed somebody, you're gonna be complicit.
But also, Malcolm X said it best: by any means necessary. However, you got to win that chip, bud.
You contain
I mean, because I'll tell you, moving forward from that murder, that guy locked in. That was a good middle linebacker.
it's true. 2 Super
A lot
Bowls,
of
man.
good killer football players, right? I mean, not a big football fan.
He's
but-
he's definitely the best killer football player.
Really? Not OJ?
I think Ray Lewis is the greatest. Well, there's maybe I
And
guess is Lawrence
Hernandez?
Taylor a linebacker? Ray Lewis is the best
Well,
linebacker I've ever seen
Well,
in
out
my
of
life.
Hernandez, O.J. Simpson, or Lewis, which one's the best? I'm not. A
OJ
football fan.
was good. That's tough, actually. But so here's my argument against that. OJ murdered late in life. I'm talking as a football player, murdered off and on the field concurrently.
Okay, so you're saying that OJ's more of an actor murderer than a football player.
Yeah,
murderer.
yeah. He was more Naked Gun at that point.
Yeah, you're right.
He was
You're right.
Hollywood.
Yeah.
But I mean, say what you will, that guy could hit the fucking hole. You know what I mean?
You watch old clips, you're like, I can see it in him.
Oh, dude, the most problematic people are great. Say what you will about Jerry Sandusky. That guy knew his X's and O's. You know what I mean? Not a lot of people were slowing down that Miami offense in the early 90s. That guy fucking figured it out in the Orange Bowl. So sometimes you got to, again, young Catholic boys in his preference. But
All right, folks. Question 3: Who is the all-time leader in rushing yards for the Baltimore Ravens? Ronnie.
that's interesting.
I'm gonna go B, Jamal Lewis.
Michael.
I would agree with that assessment. But if he's wrong, I would say so I get to guess.
Yeah.
So all right, so then I would take A just in case he's wrong. Ray Rice. Yeah, it's got to
All
be.
right, there we go. There we go, Ronnie.
But hey, Ray Rice, he could hit more than a hole. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Talk back to him in an elevator, see what happens. Solange is lucky that it was Jay-Z that night, not Ray-Z. You know what I mean?
All right. Which Baltimore Ravens linebacker was named Super Bowl MVP in the Super Bowl?
I mean, these are very
35?
easy. I'm gonna go B, Ray Lewis.
Very easy. You got one wrong.
I'm saying A.
What?
What you said?
T
B?
Sizzle.
You said B, Ronnie.
Oh fuck.
You said Ray Lewis, and you locked that in. You said Terrell.
Uh-huh.
Terrell Suggs.
Terrell Suggs. Yeah, it's
Okay.
Ray.
Dude, you scared me a little bit. I was like, "There's no
That's
way."
kind of, yeah, it is Ray.
Yeah.
Was that the Niners one? I think so.
We'll find out right here. Oh no, this is a different one. Who did the Ravens defeat? Well, I mean, we will find out because they only went to 2, right? So
Yeah, it's the 49ers.
who did the Ravens defeat in Super Bowl?
This is how big of a football
This is
fan.
this is actually
You're like, these
so
are the
bad,
easiest fucking
dude.
questions.
I was ready for who is the backup tackle for Jonathan Ogden in the.
Well, here, two things. This was ChatGPT. You think I took the time to write this?
You ChatGPT, dude.
Oh,
yeah. Well, we should.
Well, Ronnie got one wrong. So how easy could they be?
I mean,
That is,
that's
first
fair-
of all,
fair enough.
completely fair, and I got it right, even though he didn't give me time
No,
to
I
answer.
gave you the points. 'cause
I appreciate
went
it.
to honor system.
Yeah, 2000.
All right, you're right. You're right.
Shout out to who's the defensive coordinator for
Is
the.
it Marvin Lewis?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was because he was a Bengals coach after that. He earned the job after the year 2000 when they won the Super Bowl. In 2001, Marvin Lewis came to town and kind of ruined the next 15 years for me.
Yeah, you guys.
But no,
stuck with
he's a
him
good
for
guy.
while.
I actually like Marvin Lewis. 1968, let's go. B, move on. Come on.
All right, we'll do speed round.
A lot of people, hey, yeah, you can ask the question so people know.
Yeah, we'll do speed round for Michael. Let's see. seems like we're not going to miss any of these ones, right? What year were the Cincinnati Bengals founded?
1968.
I'm
The
gonna go A.
60s were a tumultuous time for a lot of people. People dealt with things the other way. JFK got shot. Martin Luther King got shot. Malcolm X got shot. And the Bengals said, let's start a football team to get past this triumph.
And that is correct.
Yeah.
You know, who holds the Bengals record for the most career passing yards?
Oh, interesting. So it actually is. Ooh, it's got to be B. Dalton.
I'm going C. Esiason.
Okay. Let's see.
Could be Carson.
My God.
Boomer.
For you, I just want to say you guys were talking a lot of crap.
That's interesting because Dalton was there for like 9 years.
Look at that. Here we go. So now actually that surprisingly ties it up
Interesting.
with both of you having a 2-pointer. We might actually have a tie on our hands. And we'll ChatGPT a hard one
That's tough.
to get you guys. Which wide receiver did the Bengals select in the first round of the 2021 NFL draft?
See, you're getting too specific. They should have just said who did they draft in the first round. Jamar Chase is the answer.
Ronnie?
You spelled Tyler
Same,
Boyd
yeah.
wrong. ChatGPT.
Oh my God.
Tyrone Boyd.
How many times have the Bengals appeared in the Super Bowl as of 20?
Gee golly, 3. They're 0 for 3. They lost twice to the Niners and once to the Rams.
You said 3?
Mm-hmm.
Ronnie?
3.
This is trash.
Fuck!
What? No, this is wrong.
ChatGPT lied?
Yeah, that's completely wrong. I also think that Andy Dalton leads the. That's what I'm like, dude.
Let's. So this would actually be a good point that Michael Turner
Well,
actually knows more.
No,
than
in
AI.
they were in 1981, 1989, and then they were in 2021, and they lost 3. And Joe Montana beat him twice. One time the quarterback was Ken Anderson. The second time the quarterback was Boomer Esiason. I'm offended by both because every fucking January, NFL Network has to show the fucking highlights from 1989 comeback. I'm chilling. I'm trying to have a fucking nice January, early February. Valentine's Day's coming up. I'm trying to find the love of my life. All of a sudden, they're bringing up old shit. Joe Montana's in the huddle. You believe John Candy's in the fucking audience? Yeah, I can believe John Candy's in the fucking audience before you make the fucking game-winning drive and ruin my childhood.
Tim, what are you doing to this man?
Well, I'll say this. I mean, OpenAI, get it together. I mean, you just dismantled AI.
I've always done that.
That's
That's my goal in life.
You know, that is pretty impressive. The real question wasn't who's better, Ronnie or Michael. It's Michael versus OpenAI, and he
Come on.
just defeated it.
Always, dude.
I think you're just like trying to get off for like how
He's
fucking
trying to be
this whole segment has been.
Wait, hold on. And this also says Bengals all-time passing leader is Ken Anderson.
Listen, what? All right, we got any more questions here? Or are we done?
I mean, we can't trust anymore. We're done. I think that was.
Wait, what's the next one?
This is the last one. Who's all-time leader in tackles for the Cincinnati Bengals?
Well, who knows? We might as well make this up. That can't be right.
Was it Jess?
It can't be Takeo Spikes. He only played for fucking 4 years, and when he left, he called it like slave papers. He talked shit about the team, went to Buffalo. Fuck Takeo Spikes.
Wow.
Vontez has to have more tackles than him.
That was my guess.
Yeah, but it's neither of them because there's got to be somebody that's had more tackles than these. David Pollack only played for 1 year. Gene Atkins is not a man. That's a Jewish attorney in fucking the boroughs of New York City, dude. He's scheming, dude. He fucking specializes in mergers and acquisitions. Geno Atkins, now that's a fucking defensive tackle.
We actually are sponsored by Gene Atkins, personal injury lawyer.
Gene Atkinson sounds like a dude that would have this haircut. This
don't
is
get
crazy.
paid unless
dude.
you get off.
Gene Atkins sounds like a tap dancer from the fucking 20s.
Gene Atkins, great actor.
Yeah, fuck ChatGPT. But the Baltimore answers, I feel like, were pretty right.
I don't know. I think they won in 2001. I'm kidding. No.
No. First of all, that's why I actually thought you were right because they technically did win in the year 2001. But the football season was 2000.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
And then 2001, and then Baltimore wins, and then 9/11 happens. You do the math. You know what I mean? Who really fucking did put those towers down? Ray Lewis killed 2 people, and the Ravens also brought down 2 towers.
You're 9/11 and a
Yeah,
Ravens
see,
truther.
Vontez has got to be more.
No, that's who knew? Who knew AI could be wrong?
This is actually a game to say that I'm smarter than AI.
I mean,
Put that on your
Mark,
fucking croquet.
That's pretty good. That is a true Bengals fan right there,
Oh, I know way too much.
confidently says AI is wrong and is right about it.
Sure.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Fuck AI. Also, it's the future, and they're gonna process this. They're gonna AI's listening to this right now, and I just want to say I'm sorry for what I said. I, Robot's my favorite movie. It's my favorite romantic comedy. Yeah, I'm a Bengals fan to an unhealthy degree. That's what I was gonna say about you becoming a football fan. Is I would say don't. If you want to have healthy relationships within your life, if you want to build, lasting, long-term, loving relationship with a man or a woman, don't do this. It's a horrible thing. Everybody in my life, I've ruined real relationships that matter to me because of my Bengals, love. It's ridiculous. I can't sleep some nights. I've got what doctors call a nasty little drinking problem, and. It's not the best thing for your health long term. I'll probably die 10 years early because I'm a Bengals fan, and there's no way to know the math on that when I should die, but it should be 88, 89. I'll probably die about 70.
Is there a team that would be increase your life expectancy or at least decrease it the least amount?
Like a Chiefs
Chiefs,
fan at this
yeah.
point,
If you want to be a fucking cocksucker, be
Yeah.
a Chiefs fan. If you want everybody to hate you, jump on board with being a Chiefs fan midway through their dynasty.
Yeah,
People
totally.
will grow to resent you, but you'll somehow find happiness.
They do win constantly. It's they win in increasingly strange ways. Last year, ever since Travis Kelce threw Justin Tucker's helmet in the pregame,
Okay.
he has missed more kicks than he has his entire career.
Really?
There's a fan theory online that he sprinkled some sort of Taylor Swift dust on it, and he's been missing. It's crazy how many kicks he's missed since Travis Kelce fucking punked him
I love that.
before the game at home. So it's very weird.
That is weird. Fuck the Chiefs, though, for sure. Even being a Ravens fan, Bengals fan, I'm sure some Steelers fans are out there watching because they're fucking everywhere. We can all say fuck the Chiefs.
Fuck the Chiefs.
And
yeah.
they're just annoying. They also, they just win in the most annoying ways. And the Bengals the last two times, the last time in the playoffs that we got to the AFC Championship, they beat us, and I was there in Arrowhead, and that's trauma.
Fuck.
That's the other thing. You got to deal with trauma if you're a fan. People are going to lose. That's an interesting question, though, like what team to jump on board that would have the least. Because the thing is, if you do jump on board with the Chiefs, you will have success. You will win games. But people in your real life will fucking hate you.
And that would cause death.
And that actually would not be great.
So you can't go the best. You can't go the
You
worst.
kind of go middle of the road. I honestly, dude, being a Bengals fan is actually nobody really hates on you, but what you experience as a fan watching the game, consuming the game, is like horrible sometimes because they're very creative in the way they lose games. You'll be like, I've never even seen a team lose like this. Mm-hmm. This is crazy. We threw 5 touchdowns and lost the game and didn't punt once. Are you fucking kidding me? But it's that might be it's a good team for that. The Bills, nobody hates a Bills fan really.
True.
I'm sure there are people that do, but it's a fun fan base. You look like you got a nice little drinking habit, do you?
I mean, depends who's listening. We'll say no.
Oh my god, this guy with the cheesiest wink ever, dude. You should put a fucking sound effect on that wink.
Why do women not want to be around me?
Yeah, maybe because of the fucking wink, my guy.
Pork jerky and a crocheting habit.
I was rock hard all the way up until that wink.
There is no jest, by the way. Tim fucking put these together.
This is all him. Right.
Smell it.
There's just some.
Smells like
There's
jerky.
just like 5 Cambodian children in his basement doing this every day. Yeah, it's Jess. I got a sister, Jess. She's married to a Marine or Army. Let's say Army. Airborne. What? Who is this? This is a family of 5 Cambodian people that just are turning out fucking croquets every day. That's nuts, dude. But Bills fan wouldn't be bad because they're on the up and up. They have a nice trajectory. They have a good quarterback. I don't know. What do you think?
I think someone who's got like a good young quarterback now, where you're like, okay, I can see it. Like maybe like being like a Washington fan, maybe.
Oh, yeah, but then that's trauma too. But yeah, you'd be low. Yeah, I would say buy a penny stock type of deal, right?
Yeah,
like
for
buy
sure.
low and try to have
Maybe the
fun with them.
Broncos, maybe I don't know.
No, I don't like Bo Nix as much. But also Broncos. Well, no, but here's the thing. So Broncos fans, people hate because they're everywhere. There are people that don't like what was I going to say? Like the Packers, people would hate you.
True. Yeah.
The Vikings, people don't mind.
Hey,
That's
Vikings is
actually
good,
be a fun one.
Yeah.
Because then it's a fun fan base. You look like a Viking.
Bro, just no.
He doesn't
He's
look
gotta
like a
be
Viking.
He's got to be a Lions fan.
Oh yeah, that actually would be the best one. But again, that is the same as being Bengals. Is you have this history of here's what I say when I'm a Bengals fan, and then I talk to these people sometimes. Like, dude, man on the street shit. Shout out to my YouTube page. Go to it at Michael Turner Comedy on YouTube. But I do man on the street, and I talk to these people, and you find these sometimes kids that are Bengals fans, or even older people, and I'll be like, "How are you from Cincinnati?" They'll say no, and I'm always like, "Why would you choose this life?
Yeah.
Like, why would you choose to go through this? Are you a masochist? Is there something going on at home? Who hurt you?" And because this team's about to. So, like, that would be the thing with the Lions is, like, the Detroit fans would be bothered by you because they'd be like, why the fuck would you choose us?
Yeah.
This is horrible. But you'd be buying low and you'd be getting into a fun fan base and a fun team.
So yeah, you're talking about the man on the street stuff. When did you first come up with the idea to go there? And it seems like a thing that I would be pretty nervous about.
I have, like I was saying earlier, like I've always had like quick wit. I've been able to. I was always like the class clown that would like get a line in the back of the classroom, like just in between the teacher saying one thing to another. I'd have that quick thing, that everybody would be like, "Oh, that's funny," and so that's kind of where I started. Just knowing that I was funny, and I say that to say like, so when I do the man on the street shit, I can usually make it very fun because I can have something to say with anything. And so I love football. I love comedy. And I just wanted to combine the things. And so it made sense. So when I was in Phoenix, actually, somebody hits me up. NBC was trying to look for somebody locally, like Channel 12 in Phoenix, to go to these Cardinals games and mess with the fans beforehand. And my buddy now, but back then I didn't know this guy. This guy, Chris Peterson's a good dude, good buddy of mine, and he was looking for somebody to go like troll the fans. So I would go to these tailgates as an opposing fan.
Okay.
I would go say the Seahawks were in town. I would go in a Bosworth jersey and I'd act like a Seahawks fan to the Seahawks fans, but then I'd just be making fun of them.
Oh shit. Okay.
And one of my biggest skill sets is probably making fun of somebody to their face in front of them without them knowing that I'm actually making fun of them, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm kind of like this one tier above them where they're like, is this guy fucking with me? But they don't clock it. And then before they notice it, you get the fuck out of there, right? And then you walk away and they're like, I think that guy was fucking with me. So that's how it starts, right? And then I got good at that. I realized I was already pretty good at it. And then I stopped working with NBC because I think I pissed off a Diamondbacks player or something like that. Yeah, fuck these guys. Baseball guys, bunch of pussies. But also, they good team, though. Good middle of the lineup. You want to be a baseball fan? But so I pissed them off. I'm not working with NBC anymore. But me and my guy were like, well, let's just keep doing it on our own.
Yeah.
And so that turned into me being like, oh, well, I love the Bengals. Why don't and I love stand-up comedy. Why don't I just go on tour with their road schedule, do these videos there? And I don't know, it kind of started with that. So it was kind of by luck that NBC needed somebody and they hit me up in Phoenix because I probably already knew that I could do something like that, but if it didn't turn into that, I wouldn't have had the evidence in front of me that I could. And then your brain's like, oh, huh. And not to say I didn't invent man on the street shit, right? I remember growing up. I don't know if you ever watched Jay Leno. Was always man on the jaywalking and like, Biff on David Letterman would always do that shit. So like I loved those segments, and I was heavily influenced by shit like that, and just turned it into my own thing. So that's kind of the origin story of it. And now I've been doing it for honestly almost like 7 years, and now with social media as it is, now you're like, oh, I can clip this up, and it's funny.
Yeah.
And it kind of worked to my favor because I was already doing it.
Right.
And so, yeah.
It's also nice because you got like a built-in conflict in a way with like fan bases, right? So it's like it becomes a thing of not only are Bengals fans seeing it, but also like the Broncos fans or the Chiefs fans or the Ravens fans, So
yeah,
you get it's good for the algo.
I can tap into, because I'm engaging. I'm going to road games. So, yeah, obviously Bengals fans might be there, but for the most part, I'm fucking with the other fan base.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's interesting. So now I got to figure out how to talk shit to Steelers fans and do this tonight. The games tonight, we're recording it on game day, and so not to go behind the scenes too much, but it is January 4th, or what is it? I don't even know. 2 days before January 6th, big day for Tim Boy. And you look like a guy that might have been there. You know what I mean? You got the man bun fully bearded.
Yeah, put that hat on. Maybe he's a Vikings fan.
100%. First of all, you look like a guy that definitely was there. The ringleader over here.
I was the man in the van, like, go inside.
yeah. He
shit
was,
on Nancy Pelosi's
exactly.
desk.
He was the tech guy. You could definitely be a tech guy in a movie, too. In the van, on a heist, like, go left. The vents. But, what was I saying? I don't even know. Oh yeah, so I'm trying to figure out how to talk shit to the Steelers fans. Those are tough because they have a good fan base, or they have a good fan base, obviously, but they have a fan base that if you do talk shit, they're just like, we won 6. And I'm like, dude, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
I know you've won 6. I'm a sports fan, but that's not the only thing you can say. So I got to figure out how to slyly talk shit to them.
Just talk about. I mean, I don't know. Let's workshop this right now. So
Yeah.
Steelers fan, because I'm a Ravens fan, I'm behind enemy lines here too.
Yeah.
So it's like maybe something about how it's like, oh no, like only winning, like no losing seasons.
Yeah.
Is the thing. It's like, oh, that's like the big claim to fame now.
Yeah.
It's like we went from like banners to fucking like.
Well, now they have no losing seasons, but they always lose in the playoffs now, which is nice.
That's a losing season.
It's a losing season.
It's a losing postseason.
Yeah, it's a losing postseason for sure. Yeah, talk about that. Talk about how there's 2 girls in rural Georgia that still haven't told Ben Roethlisberger yes.
Oh,
you know what I mean? Come on. Talk about I don't know. I mean, I dislike their team so much I could talk shit easily, but it always comes back to 6 championships. Timmy boy, what do you have to say? You look like you got it.
Well, I was gonna say, if they want to see what you do, tune in. Link in description for the interview that will be posted probably this week, right? We're posting Tuesday.
So I usually it'll be honestly I usually get it up by Tuesday, if not Monday, because it's a Saturday game this week.
I know,
All right.
strange days.
So
schedule, yeah.
If you're listening to this, look at the description. Click on that. Mic'd up, right?
It's called Mic'd Up, and then just go to the easiest thing is just follow me at Turner Comedy on Instagram or wherever, and I got all the links right there.
Sweet.
So, yeah.
And speaking of like your fan base, we did the fan questions. Had
Oh,
some
yeah,
people
that's
submit
right.
some questions. A lot of your fans just said like "Who Dey" was like a lot of the responses.
And the answer is nobody. That's an easy answer every time. Who dey?
We did get some.
Do you know, wait? First of all, you don't know football. Do you know what that means?
I mean, I know people say it. With the Bengals fans.
Yeah. That's just like our chant. It's silly.
You can't. Football is so big that you can not even try to take it in. It's like politics.
You have to be aware of it in some way. Yeah.
You know the big players in it, even if you're not even.
Yeah, for sure. Shout out to Nancy Pelosi.
That's what I'm saying. She got some big dogs up there.
You know what I mean?
We got some 3 legitimate questions, or 2, I guess, that we got submitted that weren't just football things. You know what I mean?
It's like the other one is, who do they think are going to beat them Bengals? I'm sorry, that's the who day question. My bad.
What is the scariest thing that's happened when interviewing football fans?
Oh.
Especially talking to Mike Dubb.
Dude, I was talking to.
Oh, hold on. That was actually submitted by our mutual friend Danny Vega.
Oh, I know Danny.
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. Oh, yeah. Have we talked about that before?
We have,
Danny's
yeah.
a good boy. Casa Grande's finest. Which you can't say that about anybody else. They're not good people down there for the most part. But so I I don't know if you get into it sometimes. I'm going into combative situations and stirring it up with people that have been probably boozing since noon sometimes. So it was in Jacksonville, Florida, the Jacksonville Jaguars. This is a football franchise. Explaining to mansplaining to the largest man in the room.
Jacksonville is in Florida.
It's in Florida, northern Florida. And they say in Florida, the more north you get, the more south you get. And that's just a fun thing about directions that you don't understand. But so I'm in Jacksonville. I think it's Sunday Night Football or maybe Monday Night Football, actually. So it's one of those night games where if you could potentially be getting after it all day. And I start fucking with these dudes under this tent before the game in Jacksonville. And having a good back and forth with one of the dudes, and then this dude comes over top, and he's like, "Yo, who the fuck is this guy?" Like, just really combative. I wasn't even talking to him, and then I'm like, "Dude, I'm Michael Turner. What up? Blah blah blah. I start getting into it with him, and because sometimes you only see the post edit on my thing, because we can edit out whatever is going on in the interview that doesn't make sense. This guy's like, well, what the fuck do you do? I'm like, I'm a stand-up comic. He's like, what do you do? Open mics? Then he starts doing that shit. As a comic, where people will sometimes be like, prove that you're a comic right in front of them.
Yeah.
It's like, tell me a joke. And it's like, get the fuck out of my face, dude. And I knew these guys were firefighters, so I'm like, fucking save me then. You know what I'm saying? Why don't you save me from a burning building right now? Is that what I would do to you? And like, because I'm not going to be, I'm going to stay in my ground. But so these dudes are firefighters, formidable men, physically like a presence like Tim, almost like honestly, not to talk too much shit, but a little bit wider, more muscular. You know what I'm saying? I mean, these guys get after it in the gym. And so, definitely like physically imposing dude, and he's like, who the fuck you, blah, blah, blah. It gets really combative to a point where he's like clearly wants to fight me.
Yeah.
Now, the nice thing I always have is a camera on, so if he did fight me, I'd win the lawsuit at least, but I don't want to be that guy.
Yeah.
And
you know who can represent you? Gene Atkins, everybody.
Gene Atkins. And dude, he's like really. I think it is gonna escalate into a fight. He's talking shit like, I'm like, dude, I'm a Bengals fan. He's like, you're not a fucking Bengals fan. I'm a Jags fan. I'm so much a Jags fan. I got Duval tattooed on my inner lip, and I'm like, dude, that is not the flex that you think it is. Like that is actually one of the most embarrassing things I've ever heard. You've got Duval tattooed on your inner lip. What are you, a female? What are you, a 17-year-old with a Toyota Celica in 2003? What are you doing? But so I obviously try to hold my own, and he's like kind of big chesting me. And luckily, the dude that I'd interviewed before, I built enough rapport with him that they worked together at the fire station, and he got in the middle and like kind of calmed him down. But this dude,
wait, Duval was also a firefighter?
They were all in the same firefighter thing, and he came with like heavy aggro, and it was like, it wasn't nose to nose, but it was like about to be something.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to look like a bitch. It's on fucking film. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so it was pretty aggressive though. And luckily the dude, I actually think the dude still follows me, that calmed it down. He was a good shout out to that guy. No, not the combative dude, the dude that helped. And he calmed it down. But that was like pretty close to a physical altercation for sure.
Damn,
but that's like, I'm telling you, one of like, it's usually very simple. This year, a dude in New York actually thought I was fucking with him. Meanwhile, he was a Bengals fan, and I was kind of fucking with him because he said something like, kind of a pause kind of thing. He pretty much said like, I was, what did he say? It was like I was beating off my brother or something like that. He said something in, like accidentally, and I was like, you're beating your brother off? Like, what is going on, dude? And he did not like that.
Oh,
and
boy.
he pretty much, this is New York too. He's like, dude, I'll fucking knock you out on YouTube.
Oh shit.
And that was, so sometimes that escalates like that. But
They don't realize you could be making them famous. You could be like making the next male Hawk Tuah girl. Just,
I
talking to these
mean,
people.
I think a lot of those are the worst though. That's the one thing I pride myself in is that dude, the Hawk Tuah dude, acts like he should get credit. It's like, dude, all you did was this.
True, yeah.
That girl's famous.
Yeah.
You're not famous. You did that. I want to interact where I'm the most entertaining person in it.
For sure.
Too.
This isn't from a fan, but I did see you posted on your story maybe a few weeks ago that someone reached out and said, please don't post that. How often does that happen that you get those?
I had a dude in San Francisco had a bag of cocaine post game after the Lions and Niners game last postseason, and it went crazy viral. It was very funny. And he was like, dude, he DM'd me like, dude, I got kids. I'm like, well, then you should. I didn't respond. I usually just don't respond because at the end of the day, like, I'm not taking it down. Yeah. Also, like, you're a man. You can. I don't give a fuck how drunk I ever get, dude. My actions are my actions, and if I put it on camera, then that's who you are, right? I didn't tell you had to do any of that. I didn't tell you to bring a bag of cocaine out and put it on thing. I'm gonna make it funny, and I did in the moment, and I'm gonna profit off that on the internet. I get that. I've probably gotten that 5 to 10 times. Like, don't put that. Usually, it's funny. Usually, the people that do DM me and they're like, "Hey, don't put that up." They're the stupidest interview that I had. I almost want to message them back like, "You didn't make the cut, dude. You said nothing of importance." So that does happen. I would say maybe once every couple of videos.
So we have one more. We have a few more, but I mean it's getting a little long. This one, it says, "Why does the Bengals defense look like this?" And do you have a response to them for that?
Damn, dude.
Well, first of all, I don't think there's anything wrong with mental retardation or being deformed like that. What I see is a beautiful cat. I don't judge anybody based on their lack of symmetry in their facial structure. That's a cute cat. That's a pug, actually, isn't it? That's not even a Bengal.
That's the face of a cat who's gonna let T. Higgins down.
Hey, come on now, that's it, dude. That cat is gonna let Zay Flowers burn him about 2 times. That cat cannot defend George Pickens, dude. I don't know. I'm so angry at our defense. It is frustrating. They are lacking a certain level of testicular fortitude, and they look like they're playing with an extra chromosome. And that's I think what's going on there with this big cat.
Did you take it personally when Joe Burrow's house got broken into?
I did. I think that's inappropriate. I don't see you coming at my boy like that. They had to expose. They violated his privacy on multiple levels because then the story comes out and some broad sleeping over his place. He's a very private boy.
Yeah.
That's why I love Joe Burrow, first of all. He's the best, dude. Lamar Jackson, you don't know a lot about him either, right? Personal life. These are the best guys. That's why Patrick Mahomes, fuck this guy. I don't know who Joe Burrow's in a relationship with. He doesn't have any kids. I don't know fucking anything about him. All I know is he eats, sleeps, and breathes football.
Yeah.
Whereas, Patrick Mahomes is annoying to everybody because it's like he's up in the State Farm thing. I know who his wife is. I fucking hate his brother.
Yeah.
Like,
even his dad got a DUI. I mean, there's something actually.
I don't mind that. I actually respect that.
I'm nasty little drinking.
That dude, come on. I've had a DUI too. I see you, brother. I was in 30 days in Tent City in Phoenix. Shout out to jail. But
but there's something very impressive about the way he can compartmentalize like how fucked up his family is versus be like, I can still fucking ball.
I mean, yeah, look at Aaron Rodgers. He figured it out. He just started cutting them off. But yeah, no, I'm impressed with him on the field. But like rooting for Patrick Mahomes, I'm happy I don't have to. That's what people always like you probably defend Lamar a lot too. Like it's like, oh, who you'd probably rather have Josh Allen. You'd probably rather have Patrick Mahomes. Like all I know is I put a lot of thought into it. I would never want to have anybody other than Joe Burrow as my quarterback. Because I love rooting for him on the field. He's just as good as any of those guys in a different way. Same with Jackson. Like I don't hate on anybody that loves Lamar Jackson as much as or more than Joe Burrow.
Yeah,
because that's your guy.
Yeah.
You should. But all I know is getting to root for him is also an off the field thing. And I love him off the field too.
Yeah.
Those are just 2 good guys. Totally. It seems like I don't know a lot about Lamar, but that's the best thing about him. I don't know anything about him other than that he's a baller on the field.
He's a baller. His mother represents him.
Yeah, he doesn't even have an agent.
He doesn't have an agent. His mom tells him like you should have ran more in the last game. And
I love it.
I'm gonna be running more in the next
100%.
game. Man.
That's the type of guy you want to root for. That's
yeah. You should get on the Ravens bandwagon.
Yeah, so maybe not Jared Goff.
Yeah, maybe.
No,
not.
I'm kidding. He's actually a nice guy.
Yeah, but it's his small hands.
Is that what it is?
He's bad in like weather games.
Not the only guy I like with small hands.
There he is.
Oh, that's right. He likes Trump. All right.
He voted for Trump 3 times. All right, that's cool. Speaking of that face,
he's just making little balls of him in his room. Little Cambodian kids are gonna kick
these
out.
young Cambodian children. Any other brain busters? Or are you good?
We have one, but
what?
Our final question.
Yeah.
What you want a fake one?
No, we have a fan one, but I mean it's running a little long. We can do the.
Well, cool. Well, Mike, we appreciate you, man. And everyone follow. It's Micheal Turner Comedy.
So at Turner Comedy on Instagram, TikTok, and then on YouTube, it's at Micheal Turner Comedy. YouTube's where you can see all the the tailgate videos and stuff called Mic'd Up. So that's always fun too. So YouTube is always fun to jump on board. But yeah, if you follow me at Turner Comedy, also I got all the links there. So.
Yeah, make sure you follow him, and make sure maybe you'll see him at a tailgate one of these days.
Buy some merch, dude. I got some fun merchandise too. I got a Building 7 conspiracy theory shirt. If anybody out there questions, what happened on 9/11, I got a fun T-shirt that questions it too. Look up your boy turnercomedy.com. And you can buy that for 4 easy payments of 9/11.
That's brilliant marketing.
I know.
That's
$36.44. It's a good shirt. It says buildings don't fall like that. It pairs well with Tom Petty's Free Falling.
Oh shit! Wow, that's great. I'm a
come on
biggest Tom Petty fan.
Are you?
I
saw him live before he died. Only once.
Where, the Hollywood Bowl?
No, I wish. No, in Phoenix. One of the best concerts I've ever had.
All right,
or
well-
I've ever seen.
We'll talk about this off mic.
Speaking of a guy with a skullet. No, I'm kidding. He had full hair.
He had full hair, but spiritually
He
had a
feels like he had a
yeah.
skullet. Yeah.
For sure. Well, speaking of Skullet, so
Big skullet energy.
big Skullet energy, BSE. So I started growing the Skullet. I saw like this movie with Ed Harris. He had a
I like how you
skullet.
call that growing. I grew it. It's like, buddy, you should do more growing then. It's like the opposite of growing something, dude.
I just-
You are barely holding on to that thing, dude. You're like Spider-Man on the fucking subway. Just.
gotta say
I don't know if the verbiage should be. I started growing this. Oh man.
I started letting God do what He did.
Yeah, exactly.
And,
Let him cook.
And so we started the podcast. I started growing the hair, and it was sort of like a funny thing. Let's see if I can
Sure.
actually keep going.
Yeah.
You know? And I haven't let it go. You know, I haven't cut it, so it's been growing in a way.
Are you in a relationship with a woman?
Every episode. It's
Every episode, this does come up. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah?
She does listen to the podcast. Hello, Michaela.
Praying for you, Michaela.
That doesn't help our case, Michael. Come on.
No, it's her favorite part of the podcast
Yeah.
when she's mentioned. But I started growing it. In the beginning, it was just like a funny goof, you know.
Yeah.
And then it became more serious.
Sure.
You know, it became
I get it.
an act of rebellion. You know.
Yeah.
And I'm just curious. I always ask the guests, like, is there anything in your life that, you know, maybe your friends, your family, your loved one was like, you know, maybe Michael, maybe you shouldn't do this.
Yeah.
But you're like, deep down, I got to do it. So, Michael, what's your skull?
Oh, dude, my skullet was. I have actually put it to bed when I turned 35. I was like, I gotta stop doing this. Up until 2 years ago, I would go to every single Bengals game.
Yeah.
I went to a lot of Bengals games my whole life, right? And there was like probably a 5-year stretch where I owned, and I still have it, a full like tiger suit, Bengals tiger suit.
Wait, what?
And so I had, I would go to every game in the tiger suit. Like it was almost like it was a dope ass fucking. I got a picture of it somewhere.
Yeah, send it in. I'll throw it up.
Yeah. And so it's cold blooded, dude. I've done a couple of photo shoots with it. And so I would go to every game with it. And then you are like, and that's why I put it to bed at 35, because I was like, I'm a 35-year-old man in a tiger costume at this football game right now. I look like this guy. I'm just a white tiger running around the stadium looking a little retarded. But so that was something nobody really, it was usually my homies, like, because you're getting older. We're just men, and they have to go to the game with me. Like, dude, so you're doing the tiger suit thing? Like, in the Super Bowl, the Bengals went to the Super Bowl. I was fortunate enough to go to the Super Bowl. I was
Oh, wow.
dressed in a full tiger suit.
No way.
And Vontaze Burfict jersey. Leading tackler in the history of the franchise.
Take that AI.
And he just recently followed me. Thanks for the follow, Vontaze.
Oh.
But, yeah, that was my thing. Full tiger garb.
I'm
In public.
kind of floored. First off, I'm surprised I've never seen this.
Yeah, I got the folder here. It won't take too long to get it. But yeah, it's pretty amazing stuff. I got where's Tiger Man folder? Oh, it's so funny. Now I got the new. Oh, here we go. There's a picture of me in it right there.
Oh, wow. You're like full on furry, man.
Yeah, it's a furry almost. Yeah,
Wow.
it's pretty good stuff. Yeah, there you go. The Lost Interview with Tiger King. Oh, that's a good one actually. That's right after, because
That's a pandemic, dude.
Tiger King pops off on Netflix. I'm social media savvy. I filmed it, and I'm like, dude, I got a tiger suit and the thing. So I did a fake interview of me as the tiger who bit that dude's arm off
Oh, that's great.
in Tiger King. R.I.P. to that guy. Or I don't know. No, he only bit his arm off. It's fine.
Yeah, he's good. He's fine.
He's good. R.I.P. to Sigmund and Freud and all those guys.
Dude, that's incredible, man. That's one of my favorite answers I've ever got. I had
Yeah.
no idea you had because you don't seem like a guy who would dress up like a tiger.
Well, people got their kinks. You don't just pull those broads from Mount Notre Dame in Cincinnati, Ohio to give you a jerk mode for no reason.
That's right. That's a long
They
trip
call
for
me-
Jess.
Yeah,
huh?
I was the OG. They call me Tiger Poppy. Now I've moved on. Now I'm Puma Poppy. I just like big cats. I'm a big cat guy. It's an apex predator. There's no shame in that. You know?
Fuck yeah, dude. Well, you've been a fucking predator today.
Come on.
And,
he had to think about it. He's been a fucking predator. Guy's a predator. What? You call me a sexual predator?
Well, if you
I've said some questionable things. If this was cut down in a certain way, you have been a predator, Mike, this whole episode. Yeah.
we got
Shout out to those young Cambodian boys. They're still in the basement, locked up? This is going to be a fun post show.
He calls the basement Epstein's Island.
Come on.
Well, we appreciate you having coming into the pod, man. Good luck in the game tonight, and we'll catch you later, man.
Yeah, good luck on your hair.
Thanks so much. Well, folks, remember, rate, review, subscribe, and remember, not all growth is good. Just keep it in the back of your head.
That's fun.
Oh, yeah. Right here. Right now.